It has been quite a weekend. Ugh. Um, on Friday, there was a mountain party planned, which was going to involve climbing a nearby mountain, maybe having a picnic up there, or something to that effect. I don't know the exact details of how that was supposed to work because we didn't do that. It was raining, so we went to an izakaya instead. Just kind of a bar thing, not exactly a bar. But anyway, um, which was fun. That we had a lot of fun with that, and a lot of the new students came, got to know some new people, had a good time with some old friends, and a guy I hadn't seen in a long time and who actually left last semester. Like, he's no longer a Kangaku student. Showed up. Um, what I was told is that he is in the country, currently in Tokyo, looking for a job, but he came to Nishinomiya for the party, which is great. Um, so it was a fun party, but it didn't last as long as I'd expected. I was under the impression that how a mountain party typically goes, because there have been mountain parties before, is that it is an all-nighter. And the izakaya thing lasted about 4 hours, but it wasn't an all-night. But I'd already made the commitment to my host family saying I'm not coming back tonight. Actually, what I told them was that I wasn't coming back till Saturday night because I had a field trip yesterday to Kyoto, to the Kyoto National Art Museum, to look at paintings by Hasegawa Tohaku. Just a big exhibition of this relatively famous painter. And so I knew I had that in the afternoon. We were meeting for that at 1:30, and I figured that the party would be running till at least, or, the aftermath of the party would be running till at least 8 or so. I thought maybe it's just better if I stay out the rest of that time, maybe catch a movie or something. So I said, I'm probably not going to be back until after the field trip, Saturday night. So, and then the other thing is that towards the end of the whole izakaya thing, Bertrand, the guy who came up from Tokyo, was trying to get people to go to karaoke. Well, I always want to go to karaoke. If there's an option to do karaoke, I'm in. So he was recruiting, but he was only able to get a couple of people interested, and they were all guys, and quite a few of them didn't want to do karaoke with all guys. I wouldn't really have minded, but I don't know. It does seem a little weird, and I'm not sure what's weird about it, but it does seem a little weird to do karaoke with all guys. Not so much if it were all girls, I don't know. I still wouldn't have minded, because it's still karaoke. But they didn't want to. And I think the reason that no girls wanted to come was because Bertrand was involved. And Bertrand is fun and friendly and outgoing, and he's apparently the guy who arranged that bowling party, which was the first big social event I attended here. But the man cannot turn his cock off for 5 seconds. And I can perfectly understand why any girl would not want to be in a crowded, dark room with Bertrand. Or anywhere with Bertrand. I can understand that attitude. So, karaoke didn't happen. But by the time I realized that karaoke wouldn't happen, I'd missed the last train. Well, I managed to get the last train, or one of the last trains, from Kotoin, where the izakaya was, to Nishinomiya Kitaguchi, the kind of a big central station. where I would have to change stations to get home. But the train to home to Ashia, I'd missed the last one by like 20 minutes, and if I wasn't planning on going home, but I can't think of anything to do in Nishinomiya Kitaguchi, near the Nishinomiya Kitaguchi station at that time of night. I don't have anywhere I could go, anything I can do to kill the time. There must be something you can do around there, but I was not terribly eager to wander around, just hoping I'd run into... I don't even know what I would look for. What I ended up doing was taking a cab from Nishinomiya to Ashia, and that cost about $30, and I wish I had not. I'm not sure if I really wish I hadn't taken it, but I'm like, if I had left earlier, if I had, abandoned this idea of karaoke when it was first starting to become clear that it wasn't going to happen, I wouldn't have had to pay $30 to get home. And I didn't come home anyway, because I'd already told my family I'm not going to be coming home. I'm not going to need breakfast, so I didn't come home. What I did was I went to an internet cafe in Ashia that I have discovered and which I really like, and got the night pack, which is I get a little cubby. It's nice and comfortable and very nice chairs, with a computer and internet access to myself for 5 hours for $10. Oh, and free drinks, non-alcoholic, but that's okay. I'd pretty much gotten any amount of alcohol that I'd wanted at the izakaya. I didn't drink that much, but I think I'm done with alcohol for the night anyway. So I had a lot of tea and soda and yeah, I just killed 5 hours online. And a bunch of people were like, "What are you doing online at this hour?" People I've talked to on AIM. I'm like, I'm in an internet cafe. So that was actually not a bad way to spend the rest of the night. I just wish I hadn't had to take the cab to do it. So then by the time my 5 hours were up, trains were running again, and I went back to Nishinomiya Kitaguchi. Because what I was thinking was, during the daytime, I know something I can do near Nishinomiya Kitaguchi. I can go and watch a movie. I actually arrived several hours before any movies started, and the movie I wanted to see Alice in Wonderland in English, rather than in Japanese, because I wouldn't understand it. But I wanted to see the movie, and that didn't start until 10:45. I reached the station by 7. I'm like, ugh. But I managed to kill some time. I ran into my teacher, surprisingly. Found out that some homework I had attempted to email to her had not properly gone through, so I'll fix that on Monday. And watched the movie. And it was a good movie. I liked it. What did I do? Well, I didn't actually do that much after that because the movie ended a little before 1, and we were meeting at 1:30. So I didn't do that much after that. I grabbed lunch and then met everyone, and then we went to Kyoto for the art exhibit. And that was really great, but I'm running out of time, and I'm just going to stop this now and make this a two-parter.